you actually divided into three broad sections. You talk about worship, community, and scripture. And given the realities of the pandemic, how do you feel about that structure now? And is there anything you would have done differently?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't think that I would. I mean, some things have changed, but the big broad stroke ideas in the book have, if anything, in the last year and a half, for me, they've become more deeply entrenched because of what we've experienced in the last year and a half to 2 years. I think COVID and the pandemic and lockdown, they have affirmed for me some of the ideas I propose in the book, essentially that embodied people need embodied people, that God takes, dust, the stuff of earth, and he breathes life into it. He animates physicality. And so, yeah, I mean, some things have changed, but not my perspective or my position on the matter. I think that church is still at its core, at its essence. What it means to be the church is to be the called out people of God who gather together shoulder to shoulder to do life together in ways that we cannot possibly do online, that digital technologies cannot adequately mediate. And so, yeah, there's nothing about the book I would change. If there's some stuff I would add, I mean, certainly the pandemic, I think if there's one thing that's been different for me, my appreciation for digital when it's leveraged appropriately, I have a deeper appreciation. I do sometimes think back to the last year and a half and wonder what would it have been like had we not had the ability to at least text, phone call, Zoom, stream a sermon or some thoughts we want to share with our people. We would have made it work. We would have figured out a way, but the technologies gave us an opportunity to be a little more consistent, a little more effective, I think. But at the end of the day, what it's really done is for most people, I think, it's deepened our awareness and increased our hunger for the real analog thing. So in a weird way, I'm actually grateful for that. What I'm ungrateful for and what I'm mostly concerned about is that the pandemic also rehabituated people. So Sundays are now primarily for brunch and maybe watching a sermon at home and our kids' sports games. So I think there's a lot of work to do moving forward for the church in compellingly, lovingly, but with conviction, calling people back and helping people rehabituate into the rhythm of being a part of the gathered church. So there's work to do for sure. But I think deep at our core, the pandemic has deepened and heightened our awareness and our hunger for the real thing.